Hey. So today is the 21st and we are at our fun aging call, Sunday fun aging call. And the topic today is plagiarizing. Am I spelling it? Am I pronouncing it right? Tongue twister it is. Plagiarizing.
Plagiarizing.
Yes, plagiarizing. So Hari Kirti asked for it and she's not around. So what do we know about plagiarizing? What is it actually? I looked at the dictionary meaning and it said that the practice of taking someone else's work or idea and passing them as yours, passing off as your own. So yeah, if you didn't write it yourself, it's fair to give credit to the person who wrote it, right? Makes a lot of sense. But remember, maybe each one of us has done it sometime or the other. Remember when we were small, when we were going to school or even, and we hadn't done our homework, and immediately after reaching school, we took somebody's copy and copied it, or somebody took our copy and copied the homework. That is plagiarizing. Well, now we didn't think it was wrong. But what teacher gets is, it's not, it thinks it's your work, but it's not. You passed it on as yours when it wasn't. So that was plagiarizing. So even if you want to write in the magazine, school magazine or college magazine, you look up on the net and you copy paste whatever you have found in those articles and did not give credit to them. If you give credit, then it's not plagiarizing. But if you pass it as your own, then it is. And how many times we copy our parents? We copy their way of functioning, we copy their diseases even, their points of views. Who are we being then? Nobody ever tells us what is being you. आपको कैसे लगता है? आपको क्या पता है? Is that our own knowing when we copy our parents even? Even deep down we know that there is something else possible. But we will copy them, copy their way of living, their life, their reality, and keep on making it our own all our lives, plagiarizing their reality, even when deep down we know something else is possible. So I have a question for you. Why would you look at anybody and want to plagiarize what they have got, what they are doing, how their body is, how their monetary reality is? Anybody here?
Yeah, I can go.
Go.
So for me, since I still seek a relationship, so for me, it was plagiarizing that. So every time I saw a happy couple, because I used to hang out with, I had a really, really large social group, and every weekend there was a party at my home or somebody else's. So I'd see all these couples and stuff, and some of them appeared happier, some of them appeared whatever. But for me, I always secretly wished that, oh my God, I wish I could be like this couple. Like I wish I could find a guy like her husband or whoever it was, whoever I thought was the happiest couple, So I used to wish for that secretly, that, oh my God, I hope I find somebody just like him, just like her. I wish I could be more like her, so I could be in this perfect relationship together. So I was looking at it from a space of lack, that, oh my God, I don't have a boyfriend who's I did have a boyfriend at that time, but my boyfriend isn't like this. So what would it take, to have this perfect relationship. So I thought.
So there's many, there are lots of things that we could address there. One is that there could be many reasons why we do it. We don't think we know enough. We don't trust ourselves. We think they know more than us. And problem is we want to be liked by everybody also. Which means you have to make them greater than you. So whenever you're plagiarizing them and trying to be like anybody else, you are diminishing yourself. Like you said, you were functioned from lack. You don't trust your own knowing. So what do we do when we plagiarize others is we make ourselves less. We invalidate us. And nowhere close to who we actually are. And this diminishment of us goes a long way. Not only that particular thing that she wants a guy, somebody wants the money, somebody wants the house, somebody wants the car, somebody wants a bank balance. Not only that, but in every area of our lives.
It's like a black hole because it starts off at the surface level, right? Like if I look at a couple, then I think, oh my God, they have such good appearance, right? Although they have such good synergy and this and that, then I look and go, oh my God, in dono ke paas itna bada ghar hai, you know, mere paas, I mean, I had a beautiful home, but my home was not as big, right? So I was like, okay, well, my home is not as big. And then, okay, well, they take vacations all the time and they post on social media. So it's like a black hole. It starts off at, oh, they're just so happy. And then, well, I can't take vacations. I can't take this. And it's like, I'm a piece of shit then, you know, that's where you end up being. At least for me, there were times I ended up like, I'm a piece of shit, even though I had a great job, I had a home. So.
Yeah, so we bought a lie. You buy the lies. Reality of those people, of everything around you, and make everybody else greater. So basically, it's chori.
Oh,
It's stealing. Hi, who is this? Muranali. Can I mute you, darling? Okay. So you would do that when you think you are less, isn't it?
Yes.
So everywhere you're pretending to be like somebody else. Seriously, you phenomenal being, brilliant being, would choose that only when you don't acknowledge yourself. And we do this to fit in. We do this to be recognized while never recognizing and validating ourselves. No, my friends, you can only receive validation and recognition and whatever is joy, glory when you give it to you. You give all these things to you that you're asking from. You would want to fit into this reality for what reason? Is it working? Has it worked for you? Is it working for anybody else? What do you look around? Isn't it insanity to just keep looking around and doing the same thing, creating the limitations that there are galore, and you will measure yourself through them? You look at somebody, like she said, you get impressed and wow, they must be right because they are successful. In Access, we say you manufacture their point of views to try to plagiarize them. We're always trying to look through somebody else's eyes and bend, staple, mold, mutilate ourselves to try to show up as them. Where is your individuality? Where is your phenomenon? You are trying to see yourself actually through the other's eyes. And that's also not true. They are not even concerned or bothered where you're functioning from. Everybody here is looking at the other. Whatever comes out of their mouth has nothing to do with you, my friends. You're wasting your time pleasing people or trying to be like them, pleasurizing. What they going to think about us, what they would think we are, they are not thinking. They are thinking about themselves alone. We go to a party and we think, oh, everybody will look at you. The others don't even know what you are wearing. And we plagiarize everybody from our parents to everybody in the society about how to survive. We think this is the only way to survive in this reality. And nobody ever told us that we could thrive by being ourselves. If you were choosing you, what would you choose? Who are you? Infinite being, greatness itself, way beyond you ever acknowledged. Once you get that, you would tap into your knowing, which is same as universal knowing, because you are the universe. Remember? So many times you've heard this. Has it gone into you? हम हिंदी पंजाबी में घर कर लिया कि नहीं उसने? No separation, no exclusion. You can even tap into everybody else knowing energetically. Even what they know. Each and every molecule on the planet knows. And what you know, nobody else knows. Okay, when I say all these things, what came up? What information did your body give you? Was that a lie? Kamal, what are you talking about? Shit, that's a lie. That is not happening. Or yes, it's light. You get the lightness in every cell of your screaming. Your every cell is screaming, is wanting to shout out from the top. Yes, look at me. So please, what is light is true, and what is heavy is a lie. So everywhere till now that you've been looking for validation and you haven't been trusting yourself, haven't been acknowledging yourself, would you now be willing to start that right now, right away? Choose that. No matter what you see in you, no matter what anybody else says. Honestly tell me, do you need to plagiarize? Do you desire to plagiarize? Has it worked? Do you feel great when you do it? Meaning copying someone? Does it contract you? Your chest swells with pride, or it contracts you?
Contraction.
Yeah, what gets created in your very being when you do something on your own? Wow. Then you are like top of the world. So every way you are plagiarized to become part of this reality, to be liked and be same as everybody else. So rather than appreciating, acknowledging and celebrating your uniqueness, your difference, your beyond you have ever imagined, will you now please revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, online shots, boys, pervads, and beyonds. You are, remember, you are humanoids. You actually cannot plagiarize. Honestly, tell me, could you do the same thing again and again?
I think it's the pattern. If you plagiarize somebody, like let's say, I mean, you have amazing style with your jewelry and stuff. So suppose I plagiarize that. okay, now I'm going to wear all these jewelries, which your taste is not my taste. I have obviously my own taste. But if I plagiarize that, it's like the black hole again. Then I still won't be satisfied. Then maybe I'll look at Angela as something and be like, oh, I want this too. Then eventually you get to a point where you're like, fuck this. None of this is me, right? But you just want to get to the next thing. And then you're like, where did I lose myself in this? Because you can't plagiarize every single person on this planet anyway, right? So where do you stop and go, fuck, this is not working for me?
And also making ourselves wrong.
Yeah,
Sorry?
exactly.
Sorry, Angela, what did you say?
And making ourselves wrong in the whole process because we are not reaching anywhere.
Exactly. You cannot do same, guys. It's not you. You're always looking for what else is possible. What else can I do? What else
What's different?
is exciting? What different can I choose today? So you actually cannot. You might force yourself because you're diminishing yourself. Because if you were being you, you will never ever look at and you. There's another energy to it which I'll talk after this, which is also about, we talk in Access about duplicating. That I'll talk later. Let's talk about this now. Anybody else wants to say anything?
Well, isn't it in our education, that we are teaching our kids to do the same? Those, I mean, like, without any point of view, those having 98, 99% are the ones who are just, they are just learning and chapoing it on the answer sheets and getting the good marks. Anybody who's being out of the box is not getting those good marks. So that is what we have been promoting since ages.
Yeah. And have you noticed that those are the ones who are actually not very successful in life? The mediocres, or even the ones who didn't do well, create greater in life sometimes. So it's not about that. It's about you. You have got to recognize that power, your talents and abilities. And once you recognize that, acknowledge that, you would never seek validation or aware, and you'll always be aware. And when you don't acknowledge you, that makes you automatically go into copying someone else or something else because you think you're not good enough. And where in the world did you decide and determine if you duplicate what somebody else was doing, you could become as good as, or have all that money they have, or whatever? So I have a suggestion that whenever you recognize a behavior that you can't seem to change, please ask, who in my family am I plagiarizing? You have to look at who had it bad, who had it worse in their life, that you are plagiarizing, whose body is not functioning so good that you are plagiarizing. Because definitely you copied it from them. And you can also ask, am I plagiarizing someone's reality to create the money I have? Am I plagiarizing somebody else's reality in the relationship to create that I am creating? Am I plagiarizing to create the body as the way it is? You can ask in every area of your life. We plagiarize in the joy we choose, happiness we choose, fear, anger, hate we choose. How many people you look around who hate you and you start hating them? Or you get automatically start hating others? Look around how many people are happy and free of hate and anger and fear in this reality. How many people in reality do we plagiarize regarding all areas, hoping we'll create a life we are looking for? No way, really. Isn't it funny? That it's interesting we don't see happy people around and we try. I mean, just think of it. We don't see happy people. We don't see our parents happy. And we try and copy paste their reality and believe that we will be happy. I mean, isn't that insanity? You're copying somebody who's not happy and thinking if I copy that, I copy that person, I will be happy. Find your own happiness. You know you are happiness. You lost it because you're choosing something else. Ask yourself, do I have another possibility, another choice that I never considered? Because I did not have any role model? Can we start to choose now? Is now the space, time to choose? Choose no limitations, not limiting us anymore or plagiarizing. It's not ours, it's not yours. It can't create greater. It's a copy. It is not original. You will always remain a copy. You'll never be original. You will never be you. You will be always them. Who are you being? We even plagiarize our business. And recently, I think a week back, I heard Simon's a little video. I was supposed to look at it and put it in the group. I will try and put it in the group. She was talking about business. She was saying, are you plagiarizing? It's actually, if you write it there, you might find it. Are you plagiarizing your business or are you choosing it? Are you plagiarizing your life or are you choosing it? When we're doing everything like others, not asking, not going into our knowing, not tapping into what we know, not trusting ourselves, is that the life that we want to choose? No ways. Now, while all that I have said, we in Access also talk about duplication. When you're like, I'd like to have that. Not from the lack, not from I don't have enough, not from making you wrong, but from the energy of, I like to have that. And supposing you are in the thick and shit of everything, and you say, no, no more. This is changing. No matter what. If it's a relationship, it could be your body, it could be you being sick all the time, it could be the abundance, you're going into the lack, and you make a commitment to yourself. This is changing, no matter what. What would it take for me to be the energy of abundance that Gary and Dane have? Or anyone else? You demand of you to change and receive that energy. You are acknowledging you as the source of generation of everything that occurs in your life. मेरी लाइफ में जो कुछ भी हो रहा है मैं ही क्रिएट कर रही हूँ, तो अब मैं देख क्या क्रिएट करती हूँ. I like to have money like Gary and Dane have. I like to have a smile like Angela has. I like to have body like Nippy has. Or anybody. That is not plagiarizing, guys. I'm having it, I'm changing it. That's not plagiarizing. That's asking you to show up as you. Yes, Angela, you were saying you have your hand up. I just saw.
So my question is, what is the difference between biomimetic mimicry and plagiarizing?
Biomimetic mimicry, thank you for asking that. Biomimetic mimicry is, that's a body process, guys, the ones who don't know it. That's a body process that is, we mimic people. And so when you stop plagiarizing, when you become aware of where all you are plagiarizing, when you ask like a demand like this, You even stop mimicking people. So it's quite kind of similar to it. And Gary says if you do this process 200 to 300 times, the magic will begin. It's simultaneously, you might be able to let go of all the plagiarizing that you ever did in your life or any lifetime. So thank you for asking that, because that's quite the same. You do those processes, you leave plagiarizing, you become aware of where you're plagiarizing, you will stop mimicking people.
Okay, so it's like one leads to another.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody has any other question? So if you stop creating limitations and become aware of where you are creating limitations, it's just becoming aware of it. You will then automatically choose to be who you actually are, the greatness of you. You get inspired by others. That's not plagiarizing. That is you choosing to go beyond. You're not copy pasting how they do. You are just wanting that energy. You are receiving that energy and recognizing you to be the infinite being who can choose and change anything. You are not doing it from I'm not enough. So will I'll just copy paste them. मेरे को से कभी होगा नहीं, मैं तो कभी कर नहीं पाऊंगी, तो चलो मैं इसका ही कर लूं. But from, I would like that part of consciousness in them that allows them to create a lot of money, that allows them to create the relationship that they have. That consciousness of them that allows them to create the body that they have, that you would like to duplicate. You will only like to duplicate that, guys. Be very, very specific. The energy that creates what they have and you would like to have. You are inspired by that. Not the insanity they might have. Not the totality of them, but that energy of creation. You as a humanoid have the ability to choose what we can plagiarize, we can duplicate anything. You have the ability and the capacity. But are you functioning from consciousness and awareness as to what energy you are looking for? You can duplicate the consciousness in the trees. Don't you do that when you go into the nature? You can duplicate immediately. Your body duplicates the ease and the peace that there is in the nature. You can duplicate the consciousness in the trees and the animals. You know every molecule has consciousness and it is available to you, right? And yet, instead of duplicating that consciousness, we duplicate the anti-consciousness of the humans around us. Why? So everywhere we have plagiarized other people's point of views, other people's point of views about life, about living, about reality, about creating life, about death. That doesn't let them live in the present. And everything that I haven't mentioned. Every plagiarization you did this lifetime or any other lifetime Is now the time to revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, annihilate, all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, POD, all nice, short, boys, perverts, and beyonds. If you're conscious in what if you're conscious in what you choose to duplicate, you can start to generate your life from more space, from more ease, from more expansiveness for yourself, for your body. You will immediately give up functioning from judgments and limitation and solidity. And also, the worst part is when you wish to understand someone. Then you have to duplicate everything they are. If you say, I understand to someone who's telling you their story, you will immediately start to duplicate their reality. Standing under somebody. It's not you. It's not your ability, and it's not your ability. No, it's not your true self. When you say, I totally get what you say. Here also, whatever I'm talking, any trigger that you have or anything, don't buy whatever I am saying, guys, please. Recognize where you get the trigger. Recognize where your body is saying no or yes to things. Don't go into conclusion. The way out is ask. All the time. Duplicating is different than requesting and choosing. If you are the universe, it will provide you. If you would have something, you must be it. If you have money, you have to be willing to become money. If you aren't willing to become money, you can't have it. So what do I mean by that? Anybody here can say what I mean by that? That you have to become money? Yes, Rita? You have anything to say?
Becoming money is that you be in your knowingness that money is available to you whenever you desire it. There is no need, there is no greed, there is no lack, there is no need to hoard, and that's what I get.
Yeah, thank you. You're willing to have and become the rich. It's available, like Angela said. You just have to take it. Whenever you require it. Wanting to understand. You know it all. Is probably the worst thing we can do, is wanting to understand. When a child comes, child finds this weird. What are these people doing? And then we try, as a child, we try to understand this reality. Oh, maybe if I understand why they're doing this, or that they are doing it for what reason, or I could just duplicate what they are doing. If I only understand it, then it wouldn't be so often. It wouldn't bug me so much. It wouldn't take this toll on me. The moment you do that, It hooks you up. The mind hooks you up, buys that as the reality. Now you can't let it go. Then feel the energy of where you're going to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years time in the future. What would happen? You will keep in the loop, duplicating that energy again and again and again, getting nowhere because that's not you, that's not your energy. See, मैंने सब कुछ कर लिया फिर भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा. What if you were aware in every now moment to choose what works for you? And that will create the future that you're looking for. If you will allow yourself, you know it all, you know the energy, you can figure it out, not figure it out, but like you know it. Whether you want this now or want to create this for the future, whatever that is. Anybody has a question, guys? I've been talking today.
I have a question.
Yes, please go.
So when you said that I understand, I mean, I'm so guilty. I always use the I understand. And I almost use it as a way to, like, if I'm pissed off at somebody, and I don't let my anger out. I just say, okay, you were so busy, you didn't talk to me for 2 days. I understand. That's just like a ceasefire for me. So if I don't want to mimic their reality, like, so what could I? Like,
so 1 minute. Is that, are you making yourself wrong for that? Because that understanding that the energy that you were using here is okay, I just don't want to go into that shit. It's not, that you understand them. So you are actually manipulating.
Yeah, because I don't want to get into a fight. So I'm like,
understanding would be that you will buy into that reality actually, and then you will justify it to other people. He just couldn't come. She couldn't because they were really busy. And then they were. Here the energy I got was, oh, fine. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Not that I understand you, but all right, fun. Do what you want to. You're in allowance of it. You want to shut that conversation off. So there is two different energies there. You're not trying to understand.
Yeah, I just don't want to get in a fight. Like, I understand.
Yeah. That's working for you. You're choosing what works for you.
Okay, got it. Okay. Thank you.
Because you as an infant being or a humanoid, you could not possibly duplicate and become linear.
No, because they do something stupid and I'm like, yeah, I don't want to fight. I understand. Yeah, I'm good.
Whenever you fight or do something, you are trying to be finite. You are creating a limitation. Here you're not and going into linearity and human reality. Here you're not doing that. Here you're saying, okay, I don't want to get into this shit. Yeah, bye-bye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, or somebody's telling you a story and I'm like not even paying attention, but I'll just be like, I totally understand. No, I don't care. I don't want to listen to it. I'm just like, I understand. So they feel validated and I could care less, because they want to be stuck in that loop, but they're not ready to hear that, hey, you're like fucking yourself over. So I go, I totally get it. I get it.
I totally get it. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
The 4 elements of creation are demand, question, choice, and duplication. So demand you make of you. Like, no matter what, this is changing. And question you ask, come on, show me how. What would it take for me to do this or change this, or what energy, space, and consciousness can I be to get clarity? Those are the questions that you would ask to get out of that. And choices. Now I have all these 3 choices available to me. What do I choose? And you trust your knowing, and you trust yourself as to which one would work for you. And then is duplication. We can duplicate anything. You can duplicate the part of that person's conscious energy to create money, to generate money, or you can duplicate his insanity. What would you choose?
How about a skill? Like if somebody like I could not draw if my life depended on it. I'd be like, kill me now. I cannot draw at all. But if I see, and I see people on Instagram, this one guy from India, I mean, it blows me away like how easily he just draws. So can you ask for like some of his talent, like some of his artistic abilities in me, for example?
Yeah, that ability, artistic ability. Can I have that, please? You're not functioning from I don't have. You're functioning from I can have everything.
So cool. Yeah. Like, can I, like, because it's like the coolest guy ever. He'll like
The day.
draw anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And you go into, oh, I can't, I don't think I can be that great as them. And then that is when you try to copy and paste. I hope I'm making any sense, guys. Nobody.
Yeah. I still draw and I still write. I mean, my writing is bad too.
Sorry.
I said I still draw whatever, and my writing is bad too. So people say, "ये कीड़े मकोड़े क्या हैं? ये पढ़ना भी आता है?" So I can read it. It's not for you to read. You know, I should have been a doctor. That was my dream, to be a dermatologist. So yeah, sometimes I can't read my writing either later. But I'm like, you know, so what? You know, like it's unique कीड़े मकोड़े. You know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, guys, any question? Anything you would want me to clarify? There is nothing, something that hasn't been clarified yet. No? You need to be present. You need to be conscious, aware in every now moment as to what will work for you. What will you choose? That's all it takes. You don't have to get a lot of education for that. You know it all. If you choose you, if you trust your knowing, you will always know where you're functioning from. How are your bodies now? Are they light or are they contracted?
Happy.
Awesome.
So, with this, the power that we are is back. Like, there is no need to be in lack, because they are the flip sides. Can I have it? I don't have it. So it's up to us what we choose. Either be in that shit that मेरे पास नहीं है, नहीं है, नहीं है, नहीं है, and make ourselves powerless, or make the choice that I would like to have that universe.
और मेरे पास है और मेरे को और चाहिए. Yeah. And when you are full up, and when you have created magic in your life, you are generosity of spirit, you are abundant, your energy is inviting and inspiring people. When you're like this, you don't even inspire anybody. You can't even get out of your own shit. And then you go copying people. And where there's a thin line about copying people. You do it for the fun of it, and you get inspired and you create greater, or you become a photocopy. Hmm.
You know, it's like when we go out, I mean, this just showed up. When we go out to buy a book, that has some value, that has greater value. And when we stop at red lights, there they are the copies of those books, photocopied of the books, which we get for a very less price. So, you know, demeaning, devaluing ourselves by being someone else.
Yeah. In the beginning, we used to photocopy access books. And then one day we got the message from there. Somebody, Gary Ordain, said, when you're doing that, what energy are you being? That I don't have enough? And that really made so much of sense in my world. Yeah, why would I copy when I can buy an original? And it feels so much better to read a book which is hard copy and lovely, the paper and everything, then to get it photocopied on A4 paper. And things start, that little action that you do every day, in everything that you do, creates your life. That's what every choice that you make creates your life. You have to recognize that. Where am I creating my lack? So in the evening, before you sleep, please ask all the places where I have uninvited money, because that is an that's not an invitation for money to come. So ये तो manage कर लेगी, copy paste कर लेगी, ये तो इसको क्या देने की जरूरत है? She'll manage. Universe doesn't have any point of view. It just gets the energy of lack from you and sends in more of the same energy. You have to look at that you are creating your life. Nothing ever happens. So where are you at the moment? Are you willing to look at where I am and how I've created this? And can I choose to create something greater? You have to be that space. Would you be willing to function from that space? Do you feel more space in your world when you are being you? Expansive, spacious, where nothing can pull you down. Guys, we have 7 minutes. If there's anybody asking for question, मुझे लगता है मैं सिर्फ Jazz और Angela के लिए हूँ यहाँ पे. Nobody else requires any question or any clarity or anything. It just
We're grateful.
How did we get so lucky?
I didn't we get so I'm ready for another round.
Thank you to Jazz and Angela. Today's session was lovely.
Thank you.
Well, I'm ready for another one if nobody else is.
Right, go for it.
All right, so the question I asked you yesterday was if you have a person or a situation stuck in your mind, and I cleared till I literally ran out of any more clearings last night to like get this person out of my mind. This morning I got up and I was like, okay, everything, all the relationship I had with this person yesterday, I destroyed and uncreated. All day this guy was stuck like Fevicol in my mind. How can I share? Like no matter what I did to distract myself or whatever, it was just temporary. And then again, I thought of this person, and the more I thought, the more like irritated I kept on getting. So how do I change that if somebody's just stuck or a situation is stuck?
From the thoughts that you have in your head, you become to know who you are. So who were you being?
A needy person.
And who does this belong to? Truth, are you a needy person?
No, and I did.
Don't
I mean, I
seem
did
like
run
one
that
to
theory.
me. You don't seem like my one to me. So
No, because I kept on saying everywhere where I'm creating this like this lack, basically, like that's why I'm like this person is, and the more I'm thinking about it and the more irritated I'm getting, is like everywhere where I'm creating this, not even a relationship, he's just my friend, but everywhere where I'm creating this from a like a space of lack, that came to me last night, and I ran that again and again, like everywhere where I'm creating this cheered, this cheered from like lack, like can I destroy and uncreate, and it was just not getting lighter for me. And I'm like,
so what was that? When something does not get lighter, or when something does not go away, you have tried always, then Access says that it doesn't belong to you. You are trying to solve somebody else's problem. If they don't want to solve what you just get stuck with it. Who does this belong to? When you ask that question, who does this belong to, it gives you access to you. Right now, most of our lives are run by everybody else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Because you are aware of them. They are not yours. You don't even acknowledge you are aware. When you don't acknowledge you are aware, you get trapped by them. So when I'm saying that, who does this belong to? Is that light?
yes, it's like
That is going on the bloody person's head that you're picking it up. Or somebody else, everybody on the planet is functioning from lack. You just have to be aware that you're picking up thoughts of people. As far as 8,000 miles. You have those telepathic abilities, my love.
I just kept on playing with the clearing. Everywhere where I'm giving this person the power because he's not messaging me. Like, why am I giving him the power to like mess with my head, because he's not messaging in like appropriate times that he should be
Oh, but
messaging.
truth, are you giving power to him? Light or heavy?
No, fuck you. I'm not giving him power.
Yeah. And when you are aware of if it's not yours, you develop the capacity to quieten your mind. Because you're no more buying into people's thoughts. Anything that comes to contract you in your head is not yours. Bye-bye. Come another time, or don't even come for all eternity. Bye-bye. Anything that lightens your life, expands your life, makes it ease for you, come. That's who you are. Are you bored? Jazz, are you bored with life? Truth.
I think the relationship I create from lack, I think that's what my issue is.
Would you be willing to surrender yourself and surrender all your relationships and say, fuck if I don't even care, I don't want a relationship. If it comes fine with all the bing, jing, bang and all the lightness and all the expansiveness, okay, otherwise, bye-bye. I'm not having it. I am not wanting it. Bye-bye. Will you say, I'm surrendering this, me and my relationships to you. Can you do that for a few days?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's not expensive, I cannot be like this for long. I'll be like, man, fuck it, get away.
Be.
Cool. Thank you. I think it's time 10:30 for me.
We are
So 1 hour.
We are OCCC in access. Obsessive, compulsive creator of shit, of crap. Thank you, darling.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Love you all. Have a lovely Sunday.